All right, welcome back to episode 2 of LinkedOut, a show where we interview UAE business owners to learn from them, learn from their mistakes, see how they succeeded, so everybody watching can also be inspired and actually do their own thing. And today we have episode 2 guest, Mr. Tak.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Welcome to LinkedOut. Are you excited?
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me, bro.
You've been reaching out to us for quite a while. You wanted to be on the show.
Yeah.
So happy we can finally make one of your dreams come true.
Yeah, bro. Send me that transfer after, bro.
Yeah. Why don't you introduce yourself to our audience? What's your name?
Absolutely. My name is Tak. I'm a rapper, singer, artist, engineer, producer, anything to do with audio. I feel like I've been wearing these hats now for a minute.
Anything to do with audio?
Anything. You could
What about voice notes?
Bro, I clean a voice note up good, bro. Send me a voice note. I clean that shit up for you, bro.
All right. What is Tak short for?
Nothing. That's not short for anything. It's a name I came up with when I was 13. It was just around. I needed a rap name, you feel me?
And you went for Tak?
Yeah, pretty much.
Take was taken?
Yeah, it was
okay.
actually, yeah. Unfortunately.
It would be hilarious if you had like a partner called Take.
You know, like, this is the seventh time I hear this one.
Is it? Okay. Is that your way of saying I'm not original? This
one was it. Yeah.
All right, fair enough. So how long have you been in Dubai?
So I'm born and raised. My mother was born here. My grandfather moved here to do like engineering, carpentry work and stuff like that, and just my family's been here ever since.
Okay. Yeah. Where are you from originally?
So I'm Egyptian.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're into music. You've got your own business, right?
Yep.
And tell us about that.
So my business is called Parking Lot Geniuses. The name predates the business by quite a bit. I used to be in a rap group of me, another artist, and a producer, and we've disbanded for like ever since like I guess 2020. But the group's was active since like 2015. The name stuck with me. Always, even on my Instagram handle where I used to drop music and stuff, it was like tak.plg, so it just stuck around. People used to think my name was Tak PLG, so Parking Lot Geniuses was always something that I used to like. I would write about it in my music, whatever, and it just stuck. So I figured it's a good time to, you know.
That's a very cool name, very
it's dope.
Creative. It's quite unique. How did you guys come up with it?
So basically, the artist I was referring to. When we first met, we started, trying to make some music together and whatever. And we heard a really good beat, but we couldn't figure out exactly like what to do with it. So we had gone downstairs to the parking lot, and he just, as we were going to the parking lot, he was giving me like this idea. And it was so dope. I was like, oh, bro, you parking lot genius, man. You feel me? And then it just stuck. It just stuck from there.
It just stuck there.
Yeah.
That's a... do you remember the beat?
Yeah. It was.
Can we hear it?
No, it was.
You can beatbox, right? Just try it with the.
No, I'm good. I'm good on beatbox too.
All right. And how long have you been running the company, Parking Lot Genius?
So, officially, I've been running it since May this year. But I've been acting as a freelancer, kind of under this name for I think over like good 9 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So essentially, before you set up the company, you were freelancing and producing music. Did you specialize in anything?
So we were initially, I started working as I was mixing and mastering and recording people and kind of like coaching people to like, just make the best music possible.
Mm-hmm.
I was just giving my opinion and stuff, trying to like, just be a tastemaker in the scene kind of. So that's where the consultation aspect of it came through. But obviously with audio, as you work more with audio, as you get into engineering, as you get into engineering, you kind of fall in love with it. You realize the possibilities of what you can do. And I got into podcasting, engineering podcasts, and then I got into sound design and working on advertisements for some pretty cool companies. And then I just got into pretty much everything. I fell in love with the idea of like cleaning audio. I found it very satisfying. Like I really liked the idea of like curating a podcast and like someone would be speaking for an hour and just like me being able to have control over like, hey, let me take this and turn it into like 20-30 minutes of like dense, good quality content. I liked having that control. I liked having the control of recording an artist, for example, and then listening to what I'm saying and be like, yo, do it like this. No, this is trash. Do it like that. I feel like having control over that and the outcomes of things really, really made me happy. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And I feel like that's why I was like, you know what, this is what I want to do for work outside of my, my artist career.
Oh, that's amazing. It's I think it's very common for a lot of people, in the UAE. A lot of people are freelancing nowadays. And you were freelancing, and now you run your own business, right? You're your own boss. So what made you decide that you want to do your own thing versus freelancing? I'm sure there were benefits of both.
I mean, it's not too much different now, other than the fact that like I have a few interns here and there, and like I get to delegate some work. I get to obviously when you try to communicate to brands or whatever and try to get try to get deals or contracts or whatever, it's easier to do it as a company than as a person.
Yeah.
I also kind of wanted to detach it from my artist career in a way, because I didn't want me as TAC to be synonymous with engineering, because I obviously still have my career that I'm focusing on. But yeah, it was easy for me. I never had a job before, man. So I've been doing this my whole life. Like dropped out of school, you feel me? 8th grade. I've just been doing music ever since. So I don't know what not freelancing means. You know what I mean?
So you dropped out of school in the 8th grade and went straight into music.
Straight into music, bro.
And what was the reaction from people around you?
I mean, to be honest, at the time, like I was when I dropped out of school, my parents had left to Egypt, and I kind of just stayed here, and I was just kind of around, and yeah, obviously doing music and stuff, and just trying to figure out how to like survive and whatever. So the people around me were mostly people like my friends and stuff, so they didn't really have any negative feedback. My parents didn't really, didn't really have a say in anything. So
you had a lot of support.
Yeah, 100%. Like obviously, I used to any little party I used to go to, try to rap battle people. You feel me? Try to out rap whoever was a rapper at the time. So obviously I got a lot of support, a lot of like, a lot of love from people at the time.
So you'd say your music journey started with your love for rap?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I started off as a rapper's rapper, hip hop was my everything at the time, like I didn't really have any other direction in life at the time. When you kind of leave the house at a young age, you try to find your way. I was super lucky to have rap as my anchor point, because I'm a very obsessive person. So while I still got into a lot of trouble, rap kept me kind of out of trouble, kept me like focusing on stuff, not going out. You know what I mean? I used to sit and literally just cooped up in the room and just try to write and get better. And that was amazing. That changed my life completely. That obsession and that style of obsession that's unique to me has now shown in other aspects of my life, and the work, my relationships with people. I'm super passionate about the people that are around me. I want to see them win. I really want to, like, when I work towards something, I always think about the people that are around me as well. I'm trying to find ways to, get everyone to come up with me. But yeah.
All right, so let's talk about PLG a bit more, right? I love the name again. I think it's super unique. Do you guys have a physical space?
Yeah. So we have a nice little space in JVC. It's my little office. It's fully acoustically treated. So I do all my mixing, do all my stuff there. Yeah, it's fantastic. Super, super quiet.
Super quiet, like
fully like soundproofed, like to a ridiculous extent.
So is it because you don't get any noise complaints from your neighbors?
That's one thing. The other thing is, so when you're mixing, there's very, very fine details that you need to hear. And it's very difficult to hear these things when the sound reverberates in the room. So if I play a sound and the sound hits the wall and then hits that wall, then hits the other wall, I'm now hearing 4 iterations of the sound hit me at the same time. So I don't have an accurate decision-making like room where I can like, oh, this sound is too loud. Well, actually, might not be loud. It is maybe the room I'm in is like particularly emphasizing this frequency or whatever. So it's very important to have a dead room when you want to mix, master, do all that stuff.
Okay, so quiet room is better.
It's the most important thing, I think, when it comes to engineering.
And is that only because of the soundproofing, or did you take any other measures?
No, it's the soundproofing, the position of the actual acoustic panels and everything. It's super important. It's really, really important.
And what made you decide getting a place in JVC?
I feel like it's central. I feel like it's easy to get to.
JVC is easy to get to?
Yeah. No, not that way. Maybe after 9 p.m.
Have you heard of Hessa?
Yeah.
The street?
Yeah, she's a my bad.
All right, so you picked JVC because it was easy to.
Yeah, I feel like now, back in the day, JVC used to be like what people think DIP is.
Yeah.
Far, but I feel like now JVC is like closer to where people consider like reasonable to,
Yeah, because it's still growing and a lot of people are moving there.
Yeah.
When you actually set up your business officially, did you face any challenges? Was it difficult?
No, bro, I just walked my ass up to DED Cafe, bro. 1,500 dirhams, got my little license, you feel me? And then just kept on doing what I was doing before, pretty much. So
Did you have like a PRO or did you do everything yourself?
No, did everything myself. Took 30
everything
minutes.
yourself. Okay, so those 20 minutes and that's it. Your business is set up.
Yeah, I got the lady that was sorting it out for me sent me a WhatsApp with my trade license.
That's
right away.
That's amazing. Because a lot of people want to start a business. A lot of them don't make time because they're thinking, it's gonna take me so long to set it up. I need to find a PRO.
I mean, look, it can if you're doing like right now I have a sole proprietorship like e-trader license, so that allows me to work at a certain capacity by myself, and then maybe not hire any official employees, but maybe get people to work on like a commission basis or interns or a per project basis. So right now that's the most suitable thing for me because of like how I work, but it can take some time to sort out your business if you're doing like a full trade license with your visa on it. Whatever. I have a freelancer visa, so I'm using my freelancer visa and my e-trader license kind of as the, so yeah, that helped me avoid, I think, maybe the time it takes. I think the issue when people, not really an issue, just formality of when people get their trade license is the finding time, to get a business bank account and do all that. It can take time, but it's so worth it. Like, if even someone wants to take the step into legally doing their business, I think start with the e-trader license. At least get your license, be legal, and then move on to, if you want to expand from there, if you feel like your operations need a bigger physical space somewhere that's, then do that,
So you don't actually need a bank account registered under the same business name.
You do, but it's easier. It's easier now when you get an e-trader license. Bro, Wheel, 15 minutes, open a business bank account. All you need to show them is your trade license, and that's it.
Okay.
It's just very easy, but it's also different for other businesses. Some businesses would rather work with other banks, for example, who have more formal like requirements. And that, I think that process takes a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They want to go with these other banks maybe because they want to take a business loan. It's easier to take a business loan that way. Maybe other banks have better benefits or whatever, but if you want to start a business, it's easy. Just start it. Takes 1,500 dirhams. And if you want to expand from there, you can also go to DD Cafe and ask them, hey, look, I want to expand my sole proprietorship into a full LLC or free zone, whatever. And they'll do it for you. Obviously there are costs involved, but if you're at capacity already as a solo businessman, why not take the step? Right?
Was it easy for you to sort of transition from just being a musician and producer and an artist versus now doing all of that and now being a business owner? Because now there's other things that you need to think of.
I think balance now is the thing that I'm struggling with, because obviously I have my own stuff that I want to do, and then there's the obviously I want to expand the business as much as possible. What I was saying earlier about like, you know, being at capacity and wanting to expand from there, I'm slowly reaching that capacity now. So I have I'm starting to think about the next steps to kind of expand the business and relieve some of that pressure off of me and maybe start hiring like full time. And then I'll be able to pursue my personal stuff more. It's just that conversation and that there's a lot to tackle. There's a lot of it in terms of finance, time, you know, traveling, going back and forth, family, so many little factors that you have to consider about like, okay, if I'm going to expand my business and start hiring, and I also have to think about this new person that's technically my, like,
Responsibility.
my son,
Oh.
you know,
Or daughter.
or daughter, you feel me? Technically, right? And you have to very much like, if you're gonna start a business at that capacity, then you have to have that same compassion for someone else now.
Yeah.
You know, at least that's what I believe. If you want to start a business, I don't think you should just like be out here handing out visas and expecting people to be slaves. You know what I mean? Like I have to love the person as a person to be part of the family, man. Like Parking Geniuses, I've always looked at it as a family. Like even the clients I have, from musicians to whoever, like it's very much a like pull up, say what's up. Like, so I like to keep that environment, I think.
Because it's an investment of your time as well into that person.
100%. And you're investing in people. Even I feel like even if you look at it from like a client and you know, service, or you know, servicer perspective, like that's it's an investment from both ends. It's not just like the work that I'm doing and then the money that they're paying for my work. It's like especially when it comes to music, it's so personal, so deeply entrenched in someone's soul, and they come and they record and they show you a song that they've written. Like it's so vulnerable. Honesty, vulnerability, and love in those situations will always lead to like longer partnership, longer business relationship, and hopefully musical friendships. And that stuff is so important to care. You know, it's so important to care in these situations. And I think that's why I love the engineering aspect and also being a musician. Because as an engineer, I get to love and care for other people's music. And I also get to show them the same love that I show for my music, get to show them as well. And even the corporate stuff, advertisements, whatever, like, bro, I love a good VO, crispy, deep voice VO stuff with like beautiful music ducking at the right times, and like all that harmonious thing that comes to all that is beautiful. All that requires care, in my opinion. Like, and I like to give that, and I like to receive that as well.
No, it's great to see how passionate you are, and also the way you're seeing, if you were to hire someone, how would you deal with it? Because I think a lot of people are in a rush to start delegating when and the chemistry part of that relationship between the boss and the peer, people forget about it, because that chemistry is very important if you want your business to grow, not just that
100%,
person.
100%.
Because now this person represents you and your brand. It's not just,
and their mistakes are now my responsibility as well, you know. And you have to get rid of that potential resentment, and the only way to do that is to hire someone that you actually like see future in. Have to allow them to make those mistakes, have to allow them to kind of grow into what they need to be to do what they need to do for your business.
Because if they're not motivated, they're not passionate, it's not they won't give it the same love as
doesn't make sense.
You did a bit of a voice. Do you do some?
Absolutely. Do voiceovers, Arabic, English.
Anything we might have heard of?
I don't think here. No, not in the. No, nothing here. I think that I remember. But a few things in Egypt and stuff like that.
I was planning on doing one for the show as well. Where welcome to the LinkedOut show.
Banging.
Can you try one as well?
Welcome to the LinkedOut show.
Perfect. I just got that. Yeah. Can we use that?
Masali.
Yeah, but you see, this is what people need to be careful of as well when they're, especially when they're in a field like you, where you have a lot of people that you know, people you grew up with, that would expect handouts right?
Yeah.
Like some random host on a talk show is gonna try and make you do the intro for their show and use it, and
Hey,
they'll tell you
bro,
about
you
it.
show
Right?
me love, I show you love. You feel me?
Fair enough.
You
We'll talk a bit more about PLG.
Yeah.
So, who's your target audience? Like, who are your customers?
I think, and this might be isolating, and I might be like isolating a consumer base here, but I really, really want to target super talented musicians, and I want Parking Lot Geniuses to have a artist development division. I think one of the things I've noticed when a client comes to me is, especially if we work long term, they never leave the studio the same artist. I really make sure to give them every little piece of insight and knowledge that I have about what they're doing. And oftentimes, something as simple as asking me for my opinion, as you can see, turns into a whole thing. Like I talk for a very long time, and I really like to articulate what I'm saying to my clients about how I feel about a decision they made in their music, how I feel about the lyrics, how I feel about the actual instrumentation, what we can do about it. All these little things that I do as just part of the session have developed into a thing now where this artist now, I've imprinted my style onto them at a certain capacity, and that's a big like, I feel like something that's not really available here. A lot of the studios that you'll see are press record, mix, master. They don't have, a lot of them don't even have the, and I'm not even saying this as like a skill thing, whatever. It just, a lot of them don't have the social capabilities of being able to like coach an artist to create the best song possible. It's not just about, oh wow, this was a clean vocal. Oh wow, this is a great mix. Like that's one thing. That's just one aspect. That's the mechanical aspect of it, right? But then you have the, like, is that the best you can do? Are you sure this is how you want it to sound? Is that your best vocal? Okay, this vocal might have been cleaner, but this one has a lot of soul. How do you, like, you need to be able to determine these things and also encourage certain things to create the best product possible. It's not like, okay, great, you did a good recording, now let me mix and master it, salam alaikum. It doesn't work like that for me. Like, with me, it's like, no, I know you booked for 3 hours, but I'm going to keep you for another 2 hours free of charge to get this perfect recording. I don't care. Like, I believe in this song.
Yeah.
And that's my investment into it as just as someone who cares. Like, I want you to nail it. If I feel like an artist comes in with like a hoarse voice, or their voice isn't the best, or maybe they're just worried about missing out on the session, so they come anyway. Like, no, bro, go home. We're rebooking. Like, I don't care if it's messing up my schedule. Like, I'm sorry. I just need you to nail it. If they do a bad take, bro, you're shit. Get out, go home, come back again. What are you talking about? Go practice. Like, what are you? So I like to, I feel like this is who I target. People who want this, people who need to be better. They want to become better. They want to experience music like, and not in an echo chamber of people just telling them, oh, wow, good job. Like, people who really want to elevate their music. And that's who I want to target. And I feel like I might be isolating first timers, I might be isolating whatever, but not really. If you have something and you feel like you have something, come get better. Come put in the hours. Come get told that you suck. That's how I got better at what I do. That's how I got the opportunities. Like, I got people like Suerte, Aaron, and P-Storm, Kaz Money from The Recipe sending them songs and them sending them back to me telling me, what the shit, do it again. Keep doing it. What do you do? It's bad. It's bad music. Again, and encouraging, but telling me how. Like, yo, this just didn't have enough emotion. I don't believe you. Do it again. This is what we need, and this is what I want Parking Lot Geniuses to be, like an incubator for talent. And that's it. That's the long-winded answer for you.
Incubator for talent. I think that's
the one-liner?
That's a very strong line. Because I think if you look at it from a marketing perspective for your business, it's what sets you apart. You don't just want artists to come in and record.
Yeah.
There's a lot of options for people to do that.
100%.
Of course, you've got the quietest space in the country.
1,000,000%.
But what's more than that, your added value for them, why should they spend their money booking your studio, is because they're getting this this expert advice, this mentorship, this coaching. And for the more experienced one, it's just another opinion from a musician.
100%.
Right?
100%.
So I think honing, everybody eventually needs to find that.
Yeah,
right? Like you're saying, you might be reducing your target audience size, but in reality, what you're doing is finding your niche.
Yeah, you're right.
Everyone should do.
You're right. 100%.
It's like, if you were running a karak chai business, yeah, you can go out for the mass, but you're not. So I think what's very interesting is you found a niche within a niche.
Yeah.
Because music in Dubai, at least when I grew up here, right? So growing up here, it was still not that popular. You didn't have a lot of musicians that wanted to come to Dubai to make a name for themselves, which is coming up now, right? And you grew up here. Like, what do you think? It's
I agree with you 100%. I think we had to go through a lot of trials and tribulations, you know. If you know, you know, it took death to get here, bro.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
what would you say was the most stressful event in for PLG? Right? As a business, what was the most stressed as a business owner?
The inconsistencies in the beginning, financially. I think when I say PLG, I'm gonna reference back when I was a freelancer as well. I feel like the business did launch this year as as an entity, but like in terms of like the actual operations themselves, been going for a long time. The inconsistencies, I think also people not understanding audio, people in the industry not understanding what the significance of audio is. I feel like it's lacking here in this industry. I feel like it could be better. I feel like they need to show more love to it. I think audio is such a, like, you know, and this is a statistic that I can be quoted on because I read it just yesterday, so I remember the exact number. Professional audio and advertisements, for example, is 52% more engagement and more personability and more people will emotionally attach to it more than something that does not have professional audio. But not professional audio meaning what? Camera mics, bad room sound, hiss, all of these things that detach people from the thing that they're watching. You can have 17,000 red cameras pointed at someone and stitch together the biggest, highest megapixel video of all time. But if it sounds like it's coming from a Nokia microphone, like, it just detaches you. You don't feel like you can attach. And that's what advertisements are for. That's what content is for. Like, in general, when you see video content, the idea is to emotionally connect to it so that, one, someone could sell you a product. You want to sell a service. You want to sell an idea, create a movement. Why am I not feeling emotionally attached? And here's the thing. Most customers will not be able to tell you what they won't be able to pinpoint what it is that they can't connect with.
Yeah.
And 99% of the time is the audio. It's because it doesn't sound like it looks. That's a big disparity. And the problem is Dubai has a incredible reputation for visual like appeal and like things looking beautiful, and I feel like people have forgotten that like you have to match that across the board. It can't just be, you can't hire a videographer and a film producer for $60K a day or whatever, and then the sound guy gets 1,800 because sound is like, he's just a sound guy out of university. Like, no. In the UK, if the sound guy is not available, the shoot is postponed. So they can't find anyone else. Like, it just is. They're not gonna settle for a cheaper option just because. Like, no, our guy is not available. What are you talking about? There's a reason. There's a reason that like these media giants in the West are how they are, and that's consistency across the board. And I feel like that's been the hardest part. Now I'm going to film agencies, I'm going to companies, creative agencies. I'm trying to tell them like, hey, we're a sound collective called Parking Lot Geniuses. I'm here to help you with sound, and here's what I can do. But the video guy will edit. The video guy will mix it. Will he though? Does he have access to the same tools that I do?
It's not
No,
a
he
sound
doesn't.
engineer.
He's not. I could never do his job. I could never in my life do his job.
Mhm.
Never claimed to. You know, I got my little Final Cut doing my little content for my rap stuff. That's it. I don't have nothing to do with knowing how to color grade beyond the normal LUTs, the LUTs that people use, you know? So when I get that response, it's like, yeah, but I can get the video guy to do it for an extra 500 dirhams. I struggle to make them care. And I can't make anybody care.
Mm.
All I could do is show them the light. I can't push them towards it. But I feel like we've been doing a good job now of like doing the research and putting together all these before and afters and whatever. Like there's this thing that I'm doing now where I'm taking, I'm looking at content from different content houses. And when I see shit audio, what I do is I take it, I download it from Instagram, I mix it, and then I put it back on the video and I send it as a before and after to them on their Instagram, on their DMs. Like, hey, we did this for you for free. Just wanted you to know how you could sound. And that's been very helpful. That's been a very interesting, like, cold DM technique that we're doing. I feel like just offering that value has been helpful. But that's it. So far that's what we're trying to do to tackle. I feel like people, when they see it for their own stuff, on stuff that they've already done also, where they already think it's perfect, when they hear how real perfect can sound, changes the game.
Because that's the version they approved and you showed them something better, right?
Exactly.
Especially for brands. I think for big brands, they of course have meetings with, platforms, social platforms. That's where all of this content is being consumed. But for a lot of the smaller brands, homegrown businesses, right? They're not all of them have access to all these updates.
Yeah.
So when Instagram Reels started taking over, or actually Instagram in general, when it was picking up pre-TikTok, it was all sound off.
Yeah.
That's where people stopped caring about the sound.
You're right. That's
Comes
a very
in
interesting
TikTok, and now everything is sound on. But a lot of businesses don't know about this. So they've got a content creator that they've hired, they're barely paying this person anything, who's mic'd up with a lavalier and trying their best to make it sound as good.
And
but
to them, they're thinking, oh, everyone has the same Rode mic that I do.
Yeah.
Everyone has this thing, so I'm not going to be very different. Meanwhile, they're recording in a place where if you clap, it sounds like 13 people clapping because of the room, you know? But I never actually thought about it like that. This whole thing where audio off or whatever, I never actually thought about it like that. I feel like maybe just because of me, I always have it on.
Going back to something that you said, though, obviously you've seen commercials and brands create content in the West, England, US and stuff. And do you see a big difference between the kind of content and the sound on their ads versus what we do here?
100%. 100%. I think everything is built around the sound. Even if you think about like the design process that they would go to when it comes to, storyboarding, like everything from A to Z when it comes to a production, sound is like, okay, what's the music?
Yeah.
What's the VO? What's the timing of everything? Storyboard that onto the sound, and then they start shooting around what the sound is going to be, because that gives them flexibility. Video is flexible. Audio is just what it is. You can't see audio. Just is there. It's there. So it's just here it's the opposite. I feel like people are like, okay, let's shoot the video and then figure out the music after.
Yeah.
What are you shooting to? What's the pacing of what you're shooting? And then you'll see these videos that are a little bit off because it's just not shot to the audio. It's not shot to the music. It just looks off. I feel like that is another thing, detachment. I feel like people will detach when they see these things. Like even the budgets, like when you look at the budgets in the US for audio, it's like they're rivaling the video. Like when you hire a team for audio, like when I go on set, I'm bringing two interns with me, even if it's an interview. Not that they're all gonna do a bunch of stuff, because it's pretty simple to like mic up, for example, 2 people and just watch, make sure everything's going smoothly. But like, it's important. It's like nothing can go wrong with audio. You can't like just fix it later. It's not one of these things where like there's a level where you can like clean and do whatever, but that you should give the same care to it as you would a video. Like if the director sees something off, or the continuity is off, or like someone's hat is on in one scene and off in another, hey, wait, we're retaking the whole thing.
Yeah.
In audio, it's just kind of like, talking about like here, right? But in America, it's like, no. What do you mean the boom mic wasn't working? Okay, let's just use the lav. No, we're retaking everything. We're doing it all from scratch. Like, going as far as to, like, if something happens during the audio that can't be fixed, or they do this thing called ADR. You record it again into the studio. You get the same person who's speaking on film, and you and while they're watching themselves talk, they try to mimic the same mouth movements and actually
Lip sync.
and then record it in a better environment. That costs a lot of money to do, but they're doing it because it matters. They're not doing it like, it's okay if this part clips. Like, no one's gonna notice. No. People care. When you care, you have to care about everything. It doesn't work otherwise. And I feel like that's why things aren't. They don't reach the heights that they could.
The
here,
potential, yeah. I think what I've also noticed is a lot of the directors that come in, be it for commercials, right? When they are proposing their vision to a brand for something, the ones that know what they're doing, you will see a complete section for sound.
Yeah.
Because that's how important this is, because they want you to agree on the sound, because that's what they'll be editing to.
Yeah.
This is how the camera movement and all of that, everything goes back to the sound.
Yeah.
What happens is a lot of brands would then pick the director, and then a week before the shoot, like, oh, by the way, what's the soundtrack that we're using? This is something, when you look at the quotation, right? Like, I've been privy to seeing quotations for big productions, small productions. Let's take the biggest production that I've done. You look at the quote while everything else is in like triple digits.
Yeah.
You come down to the sound, the entire audio section of this, like 2,000-3,000 dirhams.
Yeah.
But you know there's sound mixing to be done, and
because they'll quote people who are honest and good at what they do, will quote higher for audio, but then the client will push lower and lower and lower because they think it's not necessary, you know. And even then, and even better, even worse, someone will quote lower for audio to just cut the cost, to just minimize the cost completely. To get the project, you know?
So it's not just educating the client, right? It's also educating everybody
involved. And I feel like also it's like circular in a way, because like someone might know that the client wants a lower budget, and they know that they don't care about audio. So the technical smart thing to do, and just textbook thing to do as a business person, is to, okay, well, the client doesn't care. We have to give the client what they want. So that means we're gonna, like, that's the logic that they have. It's like, oh, well, they don't want it anyway, right? The right thing and the long-term effective thing to do is to be like, no, you need this, and that's why I'm quoting you this. And if every other person that they're gonna ask for a quote from also has this mentality, which is, you know, I can't really guarantee that, that overall raises the value of the thing. The thing is, people here don't always hire the most informed people about stuff, or people who, like, they'll hire, for example, a producer for shoots and stuff that has no idea about anything technical. Not that they need to know the ins and outs and everything and be able to do it themselves, but to know the value of things, to know the importance of things. Some people just nothing, bro. Nothing.
Also to know who the right person is for something.
Exactly. And who to go to, and when to cut and where to cut.
Yeah.
You know? In a production where there's 36 lights, bro, make it 34 lights and add an audio budget. Like, it's not that deep, really. You can figure it out. But this audio is a non-negotiable. Like, this is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
But
so when we talk about your studio, I'm sure, because I've seen a lot of videos of, you know, the artists, be it in the US, you know, when they're recording. It looks like a very fun environment. Is it the same at your studio?
It can be. It can be, for sure. It's I mean, look, working with talented artists is like exhilarating, man. When you're with an artist who can hit notes you've never really heard in this sequence before, like they land a perfect run, or We managed to collaborate on like building the vocal production and the harmonies and stuff, and it just sounds really beautiful. There's nothing like it. But then there's obviously the tougher side of things, when two people care about something, you're not necessarily the most kind to it in the moment, right? Like a kid. The song is literally like a kid, and you're like, it's you and the artist as an engineer and producer and the artist together working to create the best kid, right? Things can get upsetting sometimes, when you disagree on stuff. Like if I'm working with a singer and they're married to a certain idea, and I know that, for example, they're married to it because they've heard the demo like a million times. Sometimes you have to put your foot down and be like, no, we're not doing it like this. You need to understand. Like, I understand that you're the client, but I'm not going to let you make a bad decision. But these are things that are navigated through like I need to know that I've had this client with me for 4 years. So there's a certain way that I can speak to them that I can't speak to a client I just met 2 weeks ago. Like, you have to navigate that socially, right? But for the clients that that I really work with consistently, there's tears, man. There's upsetness. There's naturally egos that come in between, but all for the benefit of music. But the goal is still there. The goal is so clear. There's never, by the end of the session, everything goes back to normal because we know what it is, So yeah, the fun stuff it's there. But the bad stuff, I don't want to even say it's bad. I feel like the difficult stuff is also there at equal capacities, I think. Happily going through all these things. I love it. I love both. I think both are the reason the songs that come out of our studio sound so good, I think.
What would you say is the most fun you've had with a client?
The most fun
The first story that comes to your mind.
The most fun, I'll tell you the most challenging and what ended up being the most fun experience. I was recording an artist called Lil TJ. It's a really big artist in New York. And we were in the Amongst Few studio. I have a lot of experience working with rappers, right? I know what rappers need in the studio to get them going. I know what the vibe needs to be. Like, I get it. This was the first time I was challenged in my speed as an engineer, in my social capabilities as an engineer, and the balance of all of those things. Lil TJ came with a bunch of people, and it was a very tight space, and it was very loud, and it was a very obnoxious space. People were gaming, people were talking, blah, blah, blah. And it was just me and him working on the music in the booth. There's certain recording styles for rappers. You can record one line, move on to the next, record maybe the whole verse, and then move on to the hook, and then the verse again. No. Lil TJ came up with everything on the spot. You had to keep recording, and if he doesn't like a take, keep recording, and you keep having to press re-record, and you had to know when he was happy with something instinctively. If I press delete on what he was happy with by mistake, session's done. And you had to move so fast, and you had to kind of become one, right? That was super rewarding, and it was super fun to do, where I started understanding him on a deeper level, and he kept, he kept going on the, no. When you say no, that means go back to where I was. But I would have to do that before he even, I'd have to know that this is not what he wanted.
Yeah.
So by the end of the session, there was no communication between us. He was just recording and I was just engineering. We didn't say anything to each other for an hour. That was incredible. That was a test of speed, a test of social understanding. It was a test of patience. While everything was going on that was distracting me on the side, I had to focus and really focus to get what this artist wanted. At the end, we had a successful session, and that to me was the funnest experience.
What's the weirdest request that you've received from a client?
Yeah, this was a bit crazy. So part of what we do is we clean audio, right?
Okay.
So sometimes there's things in audio that you don't want, and there's things in audio that you want, so you have to remove everything else, right? That's the basic concept of cleaning. I got a request from someone who, he said, hey, I have this security camera footage and it has this audio. The microphone isn't great, but can you just see if you can find anything for me? And at first, I didn't know what he wanted. He was just said, like, see if there's any voices that you can pinpoint. I kind of gathered that it was like he wanted to catch someone saying something or whatever. So he sent me, I think 4 hours of footage and audio. The footage, I couldn't see anything, but the audio was there, right? So I pulled out all the tools. Took so long to figure out. So and then I heard some things that I didn't have context on it, but I heard a woman, like, I didn't know Wagwan. Like, I don't know what was going on really. Like, I thought maybe it was like neighbors, it was a dog. It was very unclear. I had to do a lot of cleaning to get that like sound. I sent it to him and he was just like, yes, this is exactly what I needed. Please find me these snippets and send them to me. And then I was like, okay. So I gave him a call. I'm like, hey, so are you looking for like, is there infidelity or something going on? He's just like, yes, I believe my wife was cheating and I'm trying to catch her. And I was like, damn, best believe I found it.
So we're down to one of the segments of our show. We call it Do the Needful.
Nice.
Yeah, you ever got that email?
Absolutely.
Do the Needful.
100%.
Right, exactly like that. It's a rapid fire round. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions and your answer to each one will be one word. First thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Are you ready?
These things.
Are you ready to do the needful?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm ready to do the needful.
Let's go. You need to order in.
Pitfire.
You need to take a loan.
Emirates MBD.
You need to buy shoes.
Slides.
You need to drive a car.
Kareem.
You need to listen to music.
My studio.
You need to buy clothes.
Baqala.
You need to find a date.
Calendar.
You need to have a dessert.
Martabak.
You need to show off.
My belly.
You need to collaborate.
Artists in the region. Musicians.
You need to buy property.
Rent.
You need to book a flight.
Bali.
You need to delete a genre of music.
House.
House. You need to escape.
Sleep.
You need to party.
Studio.
All right. That's amazing. Well done, man.
That
well
was
done.
tough.
Yeah, no, it's
so nuanced, really. The answers.
It's good to know that you wanted to delete house music.
Yeah.
We feel the same. We feel the same.
Right.
We're down to the last part of the show, and this is something we call best regards.
Okay.
And obviously, you've had such an inspiring story, and you've done a lot. You've achieved quite a lot. This is essentially you sending an email to everybody in your life that has supported you.
Mm-hmm.
It can be one person, it can be multiple people, but it's an email that you're going to read out to us of your appreciation to them. As we call it best regards.
Okay. I write pretty informal emails.
Go for it. You can say to CC, BCC, subject.
Okay, definitely.
Read out
I'm gonna to as many of the people that come to mind as possible. I want to my partner in life, Hajar. I want to my mom, my dad. I want to my boy Saif, my boy Musa, Lukey, Aaron. I want to anybody that's been around, that has believed in me so far. I give a lot of reasons for people. Well, I feel like growing up that I gave a lot of reasons to people to not want to be around me, and those people stuck around. And I shout out Rachel as well. I can't forget Rachel, my manager, her soon to be. But I love you guys, and I love my shorty to death. And I'm a very difficult person, I feel like, to be around, and those people stick around me in ways that I can't even describe. Brings me to tears to think about all the amazing times that we've had in my adult life of knowing these people. Thank you for everything. Yeah, that's it.
Best regards.
Best regards that I have. I love you, man.
All right. Thanks, Lo,
Sure.
for making the time, man. Thank you for coming out
Appreciate you.
to the show, to LinkedOut. Hopefully, people will be inspired from your journey and wanna try and get into the same thing.
Inshallah, I hope so, man. We need some more engineers, man.
And it's doable, right?
Yeah,
As you said,
absolutely,
it's very
absolutely
doable. Dubai is a great place to start.
100%. The best.
All right. Thanks, so man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, bro.